Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be reactions for Survivor Series WarGames 2024. So Survivor Series WarGames has just ended and now it's time for me to do my reactions video. So I got 4 out of the 5 matches correct, which is overall a pretty good pay-per-view for me. I could have actually gotten all of them correct if I didn't get the last match wrong, which was the main event, which I will get to that more into that later, but I got 4 out of the 5 matches correct, which is a very good pay-per-view for me. But overall, the pay-per-view itself was great. There was a lot of great matches on the show, so the show was great. So let's get into it. So the first match of the night is the women's WarGames match. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, Bayley versus the Judgment Day, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. The winners of the women's WarGames match: Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bayley. And I'm not really too surprised by this outcome. Because specifically Rhea Ripley's team had way more experience than Liv Morgan's team. They just had way more experience, and I just kind of figured that the baby faces were going to win. Now, what about the match itself? I thought the match was great. It was overall a great match. Now, this is something that I will get more into later with the match of the night. But, yeah, overall, it was a great match, and it's one of the great matches of the show. The second match of the night is the singles match for the United States Championship. LA Knight, the champion, versus Shinsuke Nakamura, winner of the singles match, and the new United States champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, this is a match you guys know that I talked about a lot in the predictions video. So I kind of predicted that Shinsuke Nakamura was going to win the predictions video, and I kind of went into a rant about that. See, like I said before, I kind of got the idea that Shinsuke Nakamura was going to win based on how they were doing him on TV. Like I said, Shinsuke Nakamura came in, he attacked LA Knight, and then, he attacked LA Knight again, and then when LA Knight was ready for him and started attacking him, Shinsuke Nakamura was ready for him, and he blew the black mist into his face. Now, I didn't talk about this in the predictions video, but I'm going to talk about this because he did win the match, but also I was thinking this during the match. So, like I said in my predictions video, I said if Shinsuke Nakamura did win this match, it would hurt his credibility if he lost. Well, I was thinking about this throughout the match, a way that Shinsuke Nakamura could lose, but it wouldn't hurt his credibility. So one way they could have done it is have Shinsuke Nakamura lose the match by DQ, by having him spray the black mist in LA Knight's face. So what that would do is LA Knight would win and remain the United States champion, but it would also give LA Knight a reason to give Shinsuke Nakamura a rematch. And the rematch would be at Saturday Night Main Event, which is the next somewhat upcoming pay-per-view. Well, it's not really a pay-per-view, it's more of a TV special, but it would give reason for LA Knight to give Shinsuke Nakamura a rematch, and this rematch would be a no disqualification match. And a good way of doing it would have Shinsuke Nakamura winning that match. Now, that's not what happened. I predicted correctly. Shinsuke Nakamura did win the match. Overall, it was a good match. It was definitely not the best match of the night, but it was still a good match. LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura did their thing. It was pretty good, so it was good. The third match of the night is the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker, the champion, versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. Winner of the triple threat match and still the Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker. So, you guys know already, I love triple threat matches. To me, a triple threat match is a stipulation match because triple threat matches, there's no disqualifications in that matches. And whoever gets the pinfall wins the match or the championship. So that's kind of why I think of it as a stipulation match, because there's no disqualifications and whoever pins is the winner. But, like I said in my predictions video, I kind of went into it going with the idea of the safe pick is going to win, which is Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is the safe pick. He was the champion going into the match, and he was the champion coming out of the match. Now, I did say in my prediction video, if he did lose, I would probably go with a person like Sheamus, because Sheamus has never won the Intercontinental Championship. He's looking for the first Intercontinental Championship in his WWE career, and that is correct. Sheamus had a few opportunities to win the title in this match. Same thing with Ludwig Kaiser. But at the end, Braun Breaker got the better of them and he won the match. But overall, it was a great match. The fourth match in the night is a singles match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther, the champion, versus Damian Priest. Winner of the singles match and still the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther. Yeah, like I said in my predictions video, I went with this one as the safe pick was going to win again, saying the safe pick that Gunther's going to win because he's the World Heavyweight Champion, and at the end he did. Overall, it was a great match. A lot of technical work between Gunther and Damian Priest. Both of them put on a good match by Gunther working the shoulder of Damian Priest. The one issue that I do have with this match is the ending. So, they were talking about the whole match that Gunther is nervous, he's not himself, he's not gonna win this match. He looks nervous, he's not gonna win, he might lose to Damian Priest. And the ending, I don't like the ending, because they did basically what they did at SummerSlam. They basically had Finn Balor get involved again. And Finn Balor cost Damian Priest the World Heavyweight Championship again. So their feud will be continuing. Now, that's not what I don't like. That's not what I don't like. Like, I don't care if Finn Balor and Damian Priest have a feud again. I'm all for that. The problem is the ending. I just don't like Finn Balor getting involved again because they already did that once. I don't think it was needed to do it again, and I figured that Gunther could have, won the match clean like they were talking about the whole match. So that's my honest opinion on that. And the fifth match and the main event is the men's WarGames match. Roman Reigns, the Usos, Sami Zayn, CM Punk versus the Bloodline and Bronson Reed. Winners of the men's WarGames match, Roman Reigns, the Usos, Sami Zayn, and CM Punk. Like I said earlier, I only got one match wrong in this whole entire show, and that was actually the main event. I said in my predictions video that I thought the Bloodline was going to win, and my reasoning for it is that the story's going to continue. The story's going to continue without CM Punk and Bronson Reed, but the feud will continue into the Royal Rumble between the Bloodline and the OTC. So that's why I thought the Bloodline was going to win. But during the match itself, I came to the realization that the way the commentators are talking about the match, this is the OTC's last chance to, get the original Tribal Chief back, Roman Reigns. So that's why they kind of needed the OCT to win that match. Now, obviously, the Bloodline did lose, and the original Bloodline, Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Sami Zayn did win. So that's the only match I got wrong. But overall, it's the great match. So, what is the match in the night? So, I mentioned this earlier in the women's War Games match. And I'm going to talk about the men's War Games match real quick. So, what is the match of the night? It is very close. Last year, I ended up giving the men's War Games match the match of the night because CM Punk returned at last year's Survivor Series War Games 2023. So last year CM Punk returned at Survivor Series War Games 2023, and that was a special match, so that's why I gave it the match of the night. But this year, I'm going to have to say that I'm going to give the women's War Games match the match of the night. And that's not because the men's War Games match is bad, not at all. It was a great match as well. I just think the women's War Games match was better for a few reasons. Here's the reasons. One, the women's War Games match had more spots than the men's one did. So, yes, the men's War Games match had 2 table spots, but the women's War Games match had 2 table spots as well. Men's War Games match only had 1 jumping spot, while the women's had 2. One was a Swanton Bomb by Tiffany Stratton, and the second one was Io Sky with the trash can again. A suicide dive with the trash can. She's done that before, and she did it again. Because she has the most experience in War Games matches. She's been in every War Games matches. What else? There was also a chair spot in the women's War Games match that the men's didn't do. Of course, the men's had chairs, but they didn't do a chair spot in that. So overall, I think the women's War Games match is the match of the night, and it's better. So, what is the underdog match tonight? Oh boy. I would say the underdog match of the night is actually, this is tough. This is tough for me. I'm gonna say that the honorable mention is the men's War Games match. Yes, all the other matches on the show were great, but I feel like I would be doing this pay-per-view an injustice if I didn't say that the men's War Games match is an underdog match, because, like I said in the match of the night, the women's War Games match is better, but the men's War Games match was great too. So, what is the honorable mention? I would say the honorable mention is the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. You guys already know by now that I love triple threat matches. Like I stated earlier, I think triple threat matches are basically stipulation matches, but with more stakes to them, because it's basically a no DQ match, and whoever wins the match wins the match. So, yeah, that's my honorable mention. Now, I could have gave the United States Championship match an honorable mention too, because of how much I talked about it in this video and the predictions video. But I honestly think the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship is better of the mid-card matches. I could also talk about the World Heavyweight Championship match as being an honorable mention, but I still think that mid-card match for the Intercontinental Championship is better because it had a better ending than the World Heavyweight Championship match. So, overall, it was a great pay-per-view. Now, before I end off the video, yeah, I'm still fucking talking. Before I end off the video, I want to just go over some stats about this pay-per-view really quick that you guys probably didn't know. So, the first thing is that this pay-per-view, Survivor Series WarGames 2024, took place in Vancouver, Canada. And it is the first time that Vancouver, Canada has had a pay-per-view in about 26 years. And the last time Vancouver had a WWE pay-per-view was when it was still called WWF. And that WWF pay-per-view was Rock Bottom in Your House. And why is that of significance? Well, a couple reasons. First off, that pay-per-view was the 26th pay-per-view in Your House. So Rock Bottom in Your House was the 26th pay-per-view in your house. And it took 26 years to get another WWE pay-per-view at Vancouver, Canada. Another thing is Mankind beat The Rock to become the WWF champion for the third time in his career. Also, Stone Cold Steve Austin beat The Undertaker in the Buried Alive match to win or to be in the Royal Rumble. And that year, in 1999, Stone Cold Steve Austin won the Royal Rumble for the second time in his career, and second time in a row. So, a lot of history behind this. I just wanted to mention that really quick. I should have probably mentioned that at the beginning, but this video is already as long as it is. This video is almost like 20 minutes, so it doesn't really matter. But, yeah, so those are my predictions and reactions for Survivor Series WarGames 2024. Please post a comment. What were your predictions and reactions for Survivor Series WarGames 2024? And if you guys like this video, please don't forget to please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace, period.